이건 진짜 말로 설명할 수가 없어요.
정말요?
네.
Lee Jong-su is a young man who graduated with a degree in literature but cannot find a steady job. He works part-time delivering groceries and performing odd tasks in the city of Seoul. One day, he runs into a girl named Shin Haemi while he is making a delivery at a promotion event. She is a neighborhood friend and classmate from his childhood, but Jong-su does not recognize her at first. Haemi explains that she has had plastic surgery to change her appearance. As they leave the supermarket, Haemi gives him a note and picks out a ball for him from a raffle box. The ball happens to be a winning ticket. Jong-su gives her a pink watch that he won at the promotion. Haemi takes the watch and understands the unspoken message he is sending. They hide in a corner to catch up on their lives and their conversation becomes flirtatious. Jong-su hesitates when she asks about his job, only showing pride when he mentions the novel he is currently writing. He invites her to eat barbecue, but the setting highlights their lack of money. Haemi tells him she is leaving for a trip to Africa in 2 days. She says she has no other friends and asks Jong-su to feed her cat while she is gone. The cat is named Boyle, but she explains that it is very shy. Jong-su agrees to help her. Before she leaves, they go to her apartment so he can learn how to feed the cat. While they are at her place, the two of them have sex. At the same time, Jong-su's father gets into legal trouble involving his cattle farm in Paju. Jong-su has to return to the farm to take care of things while his father is away. After Haemi leaves for Africa, Jong-su visits her apartment every few days to leave food. He never actually sees the cat during these visits. After this, he finds new cat waste in the tray under the bed, which makes him believe the cat is real. He spends time in her apartment looking at her photos and thinking about their time together. He also begins masturbating habitually while he is inside her home. Later, he receives a call from Haemi. She tells him she was stranded at an airport in Nairobi for 3 days because of a nearby bombing. Jong-su rushes to the airport to pick her up when she finally returns. When she arrives, she is not alone.
우린 나이로비 동지야.
한국인 우리 둘밖에 없었어요.
She introduces a man named Ben, whom she met and bonded with during the airport crisis. Ben is a wealthy heir who lives a very different life than Jong-su. The three of them go out for dinner together. Jong-su feels ignored as Ben and Haemi discuss their plans. He follows behind them with their heavy luggage. During dinner, Haemi begins to cry and says she wants to disappear. Ben is polite, but he laughs in a way that Jong-su dislikes. Ben does not give a straight answer when Jong-su asks him what he does for a living. This mysterious wealth and Ben's attitude make Jong-su feel a quiet rage. When the bill comes, Ben pays for everything with a generous gesture. This makes Jong-su feel powerless and asserts Ben's dominance. Jong-su looks at Ben's luxury Porsche and compares it to his own old truck. The gap between them feels wide. He helps Ben unload the luggage but is unsure what to do with Haemi's bags. He shakes hands with Ben and says goodbye. He avoids Haemi's eyes as the luxury car drives away. He thinks their connection is over, but Haemi calls him that evening to invite him out again. Jong-su fixes his hair outside the cafe. When he gets there, he realizes Ben is also present. A simple wave from Ben ruins Jong-su's mood. He notices that Haemi is captivated by Ben.
손을 잡아봐. 눈을 감고. 우와.
He follows them to Ben's large mansion in the Gangnam district. Ben cooks a meal for them himself. He makes a comparison about why he enjoys cooking that makes Jong-su feel uncomfortable. Jong-su excuses himself to use the bathroom. While he is alone, he secretly opens a cabinet and finds piles of women's jewelry and cosmetics. He assumes Ben is a playboy who keeps trophies from his many girlfriends. The group goes to a party with Ben's wealthy friends. Jong-su feels out of place, but Haemi is excited to be there. She tells stories about her trip to Africa and performs a tribal dance for the guests. She hopes this performance will help her fit into their world. Meanwhile, Jong-su notices that Ben and his friends are secretly mocking her. He sees Ben yawning while Haemi is dancing. This makes Jong-su feel uneasy. He makes up an excuse and leaves the party early. The next day, Haemi calls to say she and Ben are coming to visit his farm. Jong-su cleans up his place to greet them. When the luxury car arrives, it ignores his directions and stops wherever Ben wants. Ben looks graceful even in the dusty countryside. Haemi tells a story about falling into a well when she was a child. She says Jong-su was the one who found her. Jong-su tells her he has no memory of this event. They sit outside and drink wine while watching the sunset. Although they are together, the class divide between them is still clear. Jazz music begins to play from Ben's car. Haemi stands up and begins to dance. She takes off her shirt and spreads her arms against the setting sun. She eventually gets drunk and the two men carry her to bed. While Haemi is asleep, Jong-su and Ben sit outside and smoke cannabis. Under the cover of night, Ben confesses a secret hobby to Jong-su. He says that every 2 months, he burns down an abandoned greenhouse.
말해주면 범죄행위죠. 절대.
Ben claims this satisfies a destructive urge within him. He describes these greenhouses as useless junk that no one will miss. He tells Jong-su that he has already picked out his next target. He says the greenhouse is close to Jong-su's house and he will burn it very soon.
자연의 도덕이란 동시존재 같은 거예요.
The way Ben speaks makes him seem eerie to Jong-su. Jong-su begins to worry that the greenhouses Ben talks about are actually forgotten women like Haemi. Later, Jong-su sees Haemi and criticizes her for taking her clothes off in front of other men. Haemi does not answer him. She walks straight to Ben's car and they drive away together. That night, Jong-su has a dream about a fire from his childhood. He sees his younger self watching a fire and feeling a sense of excitement. He wakes up the next morning with Ben's words stuck in his head. He looks around his backyard, but nothing has changed. He sees Ben's lighter left on the table. He begins to search every greenhouse in his neighborhood to see if any have been burned. Jong-su searches the fields every day, but all the greenhouses remain intact. He is desperate to find even one burnt building. While he is out searching, he receives a call from Haemi. The call only lasts for a few seconds. He hears the sound of frantic footsteps and loud thumping noises before the line goes silent. When he tries to call her back, no one answers the phone. He eventually finds that her phone number has been disconnected. He goes to her apartment, but it is empty. He convinces the landlady to let him inside. The apartment is unnaturally clean. Her suitcase is still there, which means she did not go on a trip. All signs of the cat are also gone. Jong-su talks to her boss, who says that pretty girls with debts often disappear to hide from collectors. Jong-su does not believe this and begins to follow Ben. He watches Ben's apartment and follows his Porsche around the city. He confronts Ben at a restaurant and asks about the greenhouse. Ben insists that he already burned down a greenhouse right next to Jong-su's house. Ben says he has not heard from Haemi either.
혹시 혜미하고 연락되세요?
혜미는 그냥
혹시 혜미한테 무슨 이야기 들으신 거 없으세요?
Ben tells Jong-su that he is jealous because Jong-su was the only person Haemi trusted. Later, Ben finds Jong-su waiting outside his home and invites him inside. Jong-su notices that there is a new cat in the apartment. Ben claims he rescued the cat as a stray. While Ben is occupied, Jong-su goes into the bathroom to look for evidence. He opens the drawer and finds the same pink watch he had given to Haemi. He believes that Ben collects trophies from women he has killed. Soon after, the cat runs out of the apartment. Jong-su goes to the garage to help find it. He calls out the name Boyle, and the cat runs directly into his arms. This proves to Jong-su that the cat belongs to Haemi. He attends another dinner party at Ben's place but feels disgusted. He sees Ben's new girlfriend telling stories just like Haemi did. He watches Ben yawn again, just as he did with Haemi. Jong-su leaves the party without saying a word.
정수 씨, 더 얘기도 하고 놀다가 가지.
이제 얘기 안 해도 될 것 같아요.
베이스를 느껴야 돼요.
He goes back to Haemi's apartment one last time and lies on her bed. He begins to write his novel. Meanwhile, Ben is seen tenderly applying makeup to his new girlfriend. Jong-su calls Ben and tells him to meet in a remote, snowy field. He claims that Haemi is there with him. Ben drives his Porsche to the location and gets out to look for her. As soon as Ben realizes she is not there, Jong-su attacks him. He stabs Ben in the body with a knife. Ben tries to stagger back toward his car, but Jong-su catches him. He drives the knife deeper into Ben's body until he dies. Ben does not put up much of a fight. Jong-su shoves the body into the luxury car. He douses the car and the body with gasoline. He takes off all of his bloody clothes and throws them into the car. He uses Ben's own lighter to start the fire. The car explodes into a massive fireball. Jong-su watches the flames for a moment before getting into his truck. He is naked as he drives away into the winter dusk. His anger is gone, and he feels a hollow sense of relief. He has burned away the person he blamed for the unfairness of his life.